I did a lot of training with the Real Deal CCT, the combat controller, to really get my dialect and all of the stuff that I had to say, the cadence. You know, it's one thing to say the dialogue, and it's another thing to say it the way it's supposed to be said. And I wanted to make sure I really represented that authenticity of what a combat controller is in the Air Force.
I come from a military background. My family was in the military, 1st Cav. His father before him was a Green Beret, won the LaCartier. And his father before him, and his father before him. I'm the first, actually, generation of men in my life that wasn't in the military. Closest I've been to being in the military is making these movies.
It just makes it feel way more legitimate when you walk onto set and there's 100 real soldiers as opposed to 100 actors. I feel safe with them shooting guns at me, and I enjoy the conversation, and it's just it's a real connection to real life, which is more interesting to me.
It's amazing to be able to land on the Stennis in the middle of war games. I mean, they're days away from deploying to the Persian Gulf. This isn't a film set. Your second priority, and gladly so. And to see the operations of the military, how efficient it is, it's like you feel real safe when you get home.
You hear what I'm saying? We're all doing it together!
Let's talk about your training and how you did some of your research to play. You were a captain and then you were a major.
We spent a few days out there, stayed overnight with the troops, and learned all about it. And you know, all the basics of learning how to handle a gun, how to shoot the weapon, you know, a lot of the basic things. And it was important to me. It was really important to me. I have a lot of friends who are in the military, even more after doing these 2 movies. I still stay very close with a lot of the SEALs, a lot of the Rangers, and a lot of the, you know, just the enlisted people who I've met along the way. And being out there in the desert for a month and a half, or whatever it was, you don't go back to your trailer when you're out there. You're out in the dirt all day long, and you know, considering what these people go through, it was the least I could do. And it was good because it helped me really kind of immerse myself in it, and it helped it feel a little bit more authentic, I guess, in a way. And I have an aunt who's over in Iraq right now. She's coming home soon, so yeah, I wanted to make them proud.
First of all, probably the biggest impression I had was filming on the aircraft carrier. Unbelievable experience. I mean, first of all, just getting there. You know, it's off the grid somewhere where you're landing on the thing while it's moving. 5,000 soldiers who've been out there for 3 months. They're actually in a simulated war when we get there. So they have these 2 fighter destroyers out in the ocean and a submarine somewhere trying to find the aircraft carrier. And then we got to take off this thing. You know, you go from 0 to 180 in 1.8 seconds. It's like the thrill ride of your life, man. So and it was great because it was actually our last day of filming.
Did it change your view at all in the military prior to going in, maybe not having so much experience with the military?
I mean, you know, I have a lot of friends that are in the military, a lot of childhood friends of mine that you know, they did their tours in Iraq, and thank goodness they all made it back safe. So I always have had an idea of the Navy and the Marines and Army, but I mean, I tell you, to be on the Navy ship, I give it up to those guys and girls, you know, because it's intense and it's really tough. They got to be on this ship. That's their home. And we stayed overnight, so I slept on the bunk. I got the real experience, but we did it for one night. I mean, I can't imagine being out there for months at a time.
You know, when things get, you feel sorry for yourself, and then you think about, those are the kind of things you think about that just shut you up and say, you know, you have a lot less to deal with than what these guys are dealing with. Does it even compare?
So many helicopters and huge airplanes and F-16s in the film. We are looking to contribute to the armed services from having these teenagers and kids think that this is the best thing they could ever decide to do with their life, is serve their country. So thank you very much. God bless you.